the music. What's going on, folks? Let's get it. Yeah. What is going on? Welcome back to your Lake Fork Guide. It's Thursday night. That means Top 8's live. It's a special week, folks. Lake Fork Tournament Bass Fishing. This is a big one. Time to rise and shine because it's Skeeter Owners time. We're going to give you the top baits and try to set you guys up for all the success this weekend. Lake Fork Skeeter Owners Tournament. Let's get it, y'all. By the way, a cheers. Tell him, Whiskey Myers. Nope. Yeah, all right then, let's go. Come on. Yeah. Just my favorite song. My favorite song ever right here. Yes, sir. Fade that on out, man. Thank you guys for joining us as you always do on the Thursday night live streams. We doing it up, man. We're going to tell you guys the best baits for this weekend, like we said, Skeeter Owners Tournament, all that good stuff. Hey, before we get into everything tonight, I just want to say a personal thank you, man. It's been a huge outpouring of support like I've never had before this week. We're still in that mode. We're going to let things develop a little bit before we divulge all the craziness that has occurred in my life over the last couple of weeks. And then we will let you guys know everything that we need to let you know here fairly soon. So y'all remain patient with me on that. Also, our 22 kill tournament, man, it's on and track, and it's coming up on 4th of July benefit. We do a big benefit for an organization called One Tribe Foundation, wearing their shirt tonight. Also, used to be known as 22 Kill. 22 Kill is now a part of this same organization, still the same leadership, still the same mission. It's a great nonprofit that helps veterans and first responders where I feel like they need it most, speaking from my own personal experience, and that is in some of the mental health departments. A lot of these guys struggle with things when they come home, and really, here's something. So can we talk about vets and first responders? Y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all mind if we have a quick comment or quick conversation about veterans and some of, like, from an insider's perspective, what goes on with them before we move on to the fishing baits? Are you guys good if we have that conversation? Y'all let me know in the comments. By the way, thank each and every one of you guys as you get in here tonight. Please hit that thumbs up. It will surely be appreciated. Definitely drop me a comment to let me know who I'm talking to. And if you don't mind, share this thing. That'll help me out more than anything else. Let's get it shared. Shane Benton, no, that is funny. I've thought about that many times this week. John Sher says they chew it on Martin Creek. Ooh, we might have to go over there. Omni Flick Shots. What song that is? Frogman by Whiskey Myers. All right, so let's talk about veterans. So I need to explain something to you guys, and it's been a heavy subject on my mind. We've got the, like I said, One Tribe Foundation 22 Kill Tournament coming up. We do a benefit for them every year. And, man, it's a great organization. They do a great job of getting the funds where they need to be, using them efficiently, and make sure every dollar counts that you give to them. And they help veterans and first responders with mental health concerns. Why is that so important to me? I know a lot of you guys are really patriotic, and people thank you for your service all the time in this country, especially in this region of the country we live in. People feel very patriotic, and they thank veterans for their service. I'm just telling you guys from a veteran's perspective, I appreciate everybody that says thank you. But at times, as a veteran, you wonder how much people really mean that. And how much do they really appreciate it? It's something that crosses your mind. Because when you get out of the service, there's a whole lot of, you're just on your own to figure it out. You come from a completely different world, in a mindset, in a world that you exist in, that I cannot begin to explain to you how much different it is living in that world on base or on base housing in that world. than it is living away from that. When you get away from those bases, and you're out on your own in the civilian world, you almost don't know how to function at first. It's completely different lifestyle. Just day-to-day living in the neighborhood is completely different, brother. Completely different. So one thing that I really wish that people that have never served would understand, and I don't think people really do, is that everybody that volunteers and signs up, no matter what level of combat they do or don't see, especially I think from the Marine Corps perspective is the one that I come from. I was a United States Marine. You give up part of yourself and part of your soul and part of your brain as soon as you sign up and as soon as you go through boot camp, and especially as soon as you go through the training that follows boot camp. The training that you receive changes you forever. Changes your mental outlook on the world, changes your mental outlook on life, changes your mental outlook on the value of life. It changes your mental outlook on everything. It completely changes your brain. You hear people use the term brainwash. It's not brainwashed, but it is brain reconfiguration. Every single person that signs up that is a veteran, in my opinion, they're never their selves again. They're never their original self again. In a lot of ways, it's for the better. But in very, very many ways, it is very much more difficult to live life and function in society with the way that your mindset changes. And I hope that I'm articulating this well, because this is very important, and it's something that you don't hear talked about ever. It's very hard to articulate. It really is. But every person that you see, when you tell them, thank you for your service, from now, I want you guys to think about this. That person is not the same person he was at 18 or 20 or 22 like I was when they signed up. He's not the same person anymore. His mind will never be his own again. The Marine Corps will always own a piece of my mind. It will always control a piece of my mind. It will always, what I was molded to in the Marine Corps will always control part of how I think. I will never fully be myself again. And every veteran that I know personally is the same. We're all the same way. That carries a lot of weight in society. It carries a lot of guilt and a lot of stress. And a lot of the times, some of the things that guys see or take part in adds to that stress, adds to that trauma. I cannot begin to express to you guys, in a modern world where it's not acceptable to be certain kinds of ways mentally and to think certain kinds of ways and to say certain things. It's not acceptable in a modern world. I cannot explain to you how extremely difficult it is to function in society and feel okay about yourself and your mentality in a modern society with that mentality that you adopt in my experience in the Marine Corps. It is a challenge. You feel unwanted a lot. You feel like you can't be productive and useful. Like you can be productive and useful in certain ways, but in other ways you're always going to be messed up. You're never going to really be understood. You're never really going to be okay and comfortable enough to be yourself. It makes you feel lesser than. So many guys struggle with this. And then you add on life stresses and life traumas and combat stresses and combat traumas, and you combine all that, and that's why you have the suicide rates that you have in the veteran community. And it's why you have veterans that just can't get their life together. I mean, they just cannot get their life together, okay? A lot of us are very successful and very productive, but even those of us that are successful and productive still have, I mean, we spend a lot of our life feeling bad about things and mentally, in mental anguish about things, okay? That's why this tournament means so much to me. That's why this charity means so much to me. When I started doing the social media stuff, I wanted to be able to have a tournament, but if I did, I wanted it to be something that raised money for a cause And this is the cause that I think is the most needed in our veterans community, and it also benefits first responders, which I'm a huge fan of as well. Police, firefighters, all that, all the first responders. So that's why it's so important to me, guys, because I know from firsthand experience and from all my buddies that is what everybody struggles with. Everybody struggles with that. So, or at least everybody I know. It's a difficult thing to explain, and I probably didn't do a very good job of explaining it. But this tournament is a big, big deal to me. It's a big, huge deal to me because of that. And if you profess to love this country, and you profess to be proud and love and respect the veterans of this country, you should try to help us grow this tournament and make it the biggest event it can be, because I get nothing out of this. I get absolutely nothing out of this. This is all about that organization and the work that they do to help veterans and first responders in the mental health department. So please, 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 if you feel that way at all, like you do love this country and you appreciate our veterans, get your butt involved in this tournament some kind of way. Send a donation to 22 Kills. Send a donation to One Tribe Foundation through their website. That's fine too, if you can't be here and can't participate. If you can, come. We're going to have some awesome auction items. We've got some great sponsors. There's a tournament you can fish that's a 70% payback, 30% goes to the organization. There's a guide / Your Lake Fork Guide celebrity tournament on Sunday where you can get an awesome partner and go fish in a competitive atmosphere with somebody that you would love to fish with. Many of our Lake Fork guys, several of our Lake Fork guides have kicked in on that deal. We've got some other guys coming that I'm going to surprise you guys with as we get closer to the event. Let y'all know who you can purchase as your partner in an auction. It's a big event, man. It's coming up. July 1st is registration and the welcome party. And it's a blast, dude. It's so much fun. That night, Friday night, July 1st, we're going to have a blast, dude. We got a concert going on. We got some auction stuff going on. We're going to have a freaking ball. Saturday, an open team tournament. Weigh-in, another good time at the weigh-in there. Of course, a great time on the water fishing as well. And then on Sunday, we're going to have that guide / Your Lake Fork Guide celebrity tournament. Which Your Lake Fork Guide celebrity is, it's not real celebrities. It's just Your Lake Fork Guide celebrities. Y'all know what I mean by that. We'll have a good time with it, though. So that's what's going on July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, that July 4th weekend. What a better time to give back to those that keep this country free than to spend Independence Day weekend benefiting those that keep the country free. So, all right, let's talk about Owners Tournament. Let's talk about Lake Fork. Now, tomorrow night, we are actually going to do a seminar live right here from the couch. I'm going to bring in Cody Mays tomorrow night because my boy Cody Mays, he is a tournament fish catching Lake Fork specialist. He is pretty much an expert at that. He didn't fish tournaments on Lake Fork for very long before he started guiding. But in the first year alone that he fished tournaments on Lake Fork, my man won over $50,000 in cash and prizes in local regional level tournaments at Lake Fork. And oh yeah, he never won like one of the huge prizes. Like he didn't win one of the boats or anything. He was just that consistently good that he won over $50,000 in cash and prizes his first year fishing tournaments on Lake Fork. I mean, he's unbelievable talent. He's got a super knack for catching fish in general, but he really has a knack for catching the under the slot, over the slot fish on Lake Fork. We're going to do a live seminar here tomorrow night. I think we're going to try to do that one at 7 o'clock tomorrow night to give you guys some more tips for the Owners Tournament. I'm not a tournament expert by any means. I'll go and tell you guys, I'm fishing offshore only, using my electronics, graphing, marking fish, fishing offshore. I'm targeting the biggest fish I can. The vast majority of those are slot fish that won't do you any good in this event. We do catch a couple really good, like when we catch an under, it's a really good one, but we do catch a couple of unders on the techniques we're going to talk to you about tonight. And you can catch an over, and we have caught a couple overs the last couple weeks on the techniques we're going to talk to you about tonight. One thing's for sure, if you execute on these techniques we're going to talk about tonight, you're going to catch some darn good fish, and you're going to have an absolute ball at the Skeeter Owners Tournament catching those good slot fish that Lake Fork is so famous for. So let's get into that. Offshore structure, still in that 15 to 20 foot range. That's my sweet spot right now. A lot of different types of structures, graphing a lot. My topwater bite early in the morning, I've been fishing the topwater walking bait, a spook style bait early in the morning. It kind of has gone away. Like I didn't get any bites at all today on the topwater. Now I did it for about an hour, from about 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. I gave up on it, but dude, I don't know. They just didn't bite it. This was the first morning where I didn't catch any. But I will tell you this: those topwater fish have been shrinking in size and lessening in numbers over the last week or so. Today was the first day I got no bites on it. Tomorrow, I don't know that I'm even going to try it. I think I'm going to go straight to the offshore stuff tomorrow. I think for Skeeter Owners Tournament, as crowded as the lake's going to be, I think you guys should go straight to your offshore stuff. Get on your A spot if you can, and try to wait them out. Try to wait on the fish to come to you in the Owners Tournament. That's what I would do personally if I was fishing the Owners Tournament. But best bait today, the Carolina rig is starting to take over a little bit for me. But the key is we've been throwing the Carolina rig bubble fry from Smash Tech in chartreuse pepper. But we changed over to a fry bait today that had some pinkish purplish color to it. And the reds, the pinks, and the purples really seem to be the key deal, as you guys will see as we go throughout the baits tonight. But the bubble fry, they make it in a plum flake. As you can see, it's kind of red. If you were able to hold it straight up to the light, I don't know if I can get you an angle like that. When you hold it up in sunshine, you can really see the reddish purplish tint to it. But bubble fry and plum flake, that one will work. We've been throwing the Smash Tech Big Perm, or Magnum Crawler in that fake out color, which is like a pinkish purplish color. I've run out of them, guys. And you know what? You guys have bought out all of them. There's none to be found around the lake. So I have started throwing the plum fleck color in the Smash Tech Magnum Crawler. It's still catching fish. I feel like I would catch them a little better on fake out if I had it, but I ain't got no more. And you guys bought all the rest of them. So y'all fish away with them, tear them up. I'm going to plum fleck now because I'm out of fake out. As soon as I get some more fake out, I'll start throwing it again probably. But just, man, it doesn't even have to be just plum flake. It can be, no, this is plum apple. I'm sorry. This is plum apple is the color that I've gone to. It could be plum flake. It could be a different red, pink, purple color. Any of those colors would work, I believe, on Big Perm. If you can get fake out, that's been the best color for me. Or if you have fake out, because you can't get it, but if you already have it, fake out's been the best color for me. Of course, throwing that on a big shaky head, you guys know how we do that. And then the big jig, man. The big jig is starting to get some bites. It's really done better and better this week. And I don't have a pink or purple jig, but this one is kind of a reddish orangish color. If you'll notice right there, it's just like a brownish orangish color and green pumpkin. And we talk about that a lot on Lake Fork. It's really good. The crawl I'm using is kind of a brown colored crawl. Got some orange and purple flake to it. But that's the jig that I've been using right there. It's been getting some good bites for me. Not as many bites as the other baits, but it does get quality bites. This tournament could very well be won with an over that somebody catches dragging a big jig around some of these good offshore spots. And then as far as after that, those are my main baits, like the Carolina rig, the big shaky head with the big straight tail worm, and the jig are my main baits. But there's like kind of a host of other baits that'll pick up a bite here and a bite there. Those bites are deep diving crankbaits, flutter spoons, hair jigs. There's something I feel like I'm missing here that I'm forgetting to tell you guys about. But all those other baits, man, you can kind of get a bite here and a bite there. Like if you're fishing in school and they're biting that big worm or they're biting that Carolina rig and then they stop biting, pick up a crankbait, pick up a hair jig, pick up a flutter spoon, and you can get you a bonus bite every once in a while. What I'm calling a bonus bite, just another fish or two out of that school will bite on a different technique. So rotate those baits through the school. That is the best baits that are working right now. That's the best report I know to give you guys for Skeeter Owners Tournament. I certainly hope that this helps you guys a bunch because they are biting. They are. I mean, the fish on Lake Fork are biting. I mean, it's not just super fast. It's like it's Lake Fork. The fish are super pressured. They're not just chewing your arm off every time you get on a school. But overall, throughout the day, you stay in the right areas, you pretty much guaranteed to catch 25 to 30 pounds if you stay in the right areas and keep those baits in your hands. And if you're catching 25 to 30 pounds, you may not catch an over, but you're going to get close. You're going to get close at some point. So it's been good. Fishing's been good. It's just that time of year. They're post-spawn, they're hungry, they're feeding. If you see them on the graph and you fish hard enough for them, it's a matter of time before they start firing. And when they start firing, they fire right now. They eat right now. They sure do. So the only other tip I can give you about, especially the Carolina rig and the big shaky head and the jig even, is fish it slow. Fish it very, very slow. Most of my customers that get in the boat every day, I've got to have them watch my rod and how slow I drag that bait and go, hey, you got to slow down. Like, they'll go to fishing, they're not catching nothing. I'll pick up a rod, I'll start fishing, I'll catch one. They're like, man, how'd you catch one I've been throwing right there, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, dude, you got to slow down. You're going too fast. You got. I mean, it is painfully slow the way you need to present these baits to get bites on. Really, really slow. That's all I know to tell you on that. The one bait I did forget to tell you about that has been catching some fish as well, kind of like the jig has, is a swing head or wobble head, biffle head, 3/4 ounce football head with a swinging hook on it. Those would be, and then you throw a little creature bait. You can throw a compact creature bait of any kind that you like on there, stroker crawl, crawl tubes, biffle bugs, man, all those things will work on the back of those deals. They even have thrown brush hogs on there before and they work. Just whatever will fit your hook the best, and a compact creature bait with lots of appendages moving around is the way to go on that swing head. It's been catching some fish for us as well. So a lot of baits working, a lot of fish biting. You guys are going to have fun at the Skeeter Owners Tournament. I think we're going to have some big fish caught. I think we're going to see, I don't know how much they'll weigh, because the fish don't weigh very much this time of year. So, like, it could be like a 9-pounder that wins this thing. It could be a 12 or 13 or something crazy because it's Lake Fork. You never know. But you're going to see some overs that are under 10 pounds, like quite a few, because the fish just don't weigh as much this time of year. But I do think you're going to see a pretty solid number of overs coming to the scale in this event, because the fish are biting on Lake Fork right now. Pretty good, pretty good. That being said, cheers, y'all. Let's get it. All right, what questions do we have tonight? Them fake outs is high commodities? Yeah, they are. Richard J says, I'll make a nice donation if you will kindly tell me why the heck I can't get my new Helix 10 auto chart to work. Probably because it's a Humminbird and I can never make them work. Dude, the 360 is phenomenal. Side imaging and down imaging is very good on Humminbirds. All the other stuff on them, marking waypoints, mapping, the sonar's not very good. The ease of function and customization features are terrible. I mean, just terrible on Humminbirds. That's why I run a Lowrance at my console. I cannot stand messing with Humminbird settings. Am I seeing more fish in groups yet? Oh yeah, they're in groups. And yes, the schools are getting bigger. Yes, they are grouping up big time. They're not just ginormous schools yet, but they have definitely gotten better. Do I use braid at all this time of year? Not offshore, no, not at all. On my top waters, I use them, especially on my bigger walking baits, spook style baits. Yes, I do use braid on that. But if we had vegetation in the lake, you'd see me throwing a lot more braid. If I was still fishing some shallow vegetation and stuff, you'd see me throwing braid up there. But when I'm talking about fishing deeper offshore water, man, I really do not like to use braid. Never hear you talk about the bridges. Do you ever fish them? Yeah, I do. Absolutely do. In fact, the bridge that's been kicking out the best fish for me is marked right now on the Fish Life app. That's another thing, guys. If you're wanting help for the Skeeter Owners Tournament, you want to know what type of offshore areas are holding fish, we've got that Fish Life app. The life is spelled with a Y, L-Y-F-E. We got that Fish Life app, and it has the 20 best spots that I know on Lake Fork. We just updated them last week. It gets updated every month, and I will guarantee you, because for 3 years now it's happened, there will be a ton of money made in the Skeeter Owners Tournament on overs and unders on spots featured on the Fish Life app Lake Fork Premium Package. Yeah. If you want to know the types of areas we're fishing, the exact type of structure, exactly where they are, subscribe to the Fish Life app. Lake Fork Premium Package. John, I know you do, brother, and I appreciate you as well, my man. You know that. You know that. Do I ever come to Granbury Lake? No, sir. I've never been there. Am I going to cover the Skeeter tournament? Probably not. I've got a guide trip tomorrow. I've got a guide trip Sunday on another lake on Sunday, of course. Saturday, I do not have a guide trip, but it is my only day off the water. And these days, I have a lot of off-the-water business obligations to tend to. And I'll be honest with you, I've kind of overbooked myself in this little stretch that I'm in here. So I probably will not get to do the coverage at the event like we've done in some years past. Billy Snow says, are you guys still in need of any raffle prizes? Man, we will always take donations for our tournament. If you've got something that you'd like to donate and raffle off or auction off, we would certainly be happy and proud and appreciative to take it. Bass Fishing with Randy, shout out to Bass Fishing with Randy, dude. Appreciate you joining us. Sorry, I was trying to catch up on comments there. I probably fell behind on the new comments. Okay, where can I drop them at for the donated items? Man, Billy Snow, reach out to us, email us, yourlakefortguy.com, or in fact, I think you just fished with Cody Mays. You can always text Cody Mays and actually get them to Cody Mays, and he can get them to us as well. That might be easier. Having trouble with fish just getting my trailer on jig instead of choking it. Any suggestions? Well, if you're fishing the same type of situation that I'm fishing, it's not gonna be because your jig's too big. Like, they'll eat a big bait in the summer for sure. They'll definitely eat big baits in the summer. I would try a different presentation, maybe hopping it a little more, even stroking it way off the bottom, or even changing colors. Sometimes changing colors can make them eat it better. I would just play with little things so I can get, if they're biting it and just not getting the bait good, I would play with a couple little things and see if that makes them commit better and eat it better. And sometimes it's just about changing the bait. They just don't really want the jig. They want the big worm, or they want the Carolina rigger. They want whatever it is. Sometimes it's about just changing the bait, and they'll go ahead and commit and eat it better. Any tips for fishing the aquarium at Bass Pro? Security seems to catch me before I can finish one cast. I mean, dude, situational awareness is the number one thing right there. Yeah, it's all about timing. You got to really be aware of the situation around you, and you got to be quick. And when they're not looking, you got a limited amount of time. You got to be quiet. You got to be like a ninja, a bass fishing ninja. Get up there, slide that cast in. Make sure it lands real soft so nobody hears you, and then try to get that presentation in and get you a bite, because you're only going to get one cast in. I mean, that's it. Sometimes it's all you need. Do you have a prediction on the winner of the guide tournament? The guide/celebrity tournament? Last year it took about, I think I had 30-something. I won it last year, and I had 30-something pounds. Now, we're counting every fish over 2 pounds in my left style, and I had 30-something pounds. This year, I mean, if the lake keeps fishing the way it has, it could skyrocket. It could be It could be a 40-pound or 50-pound deal, counting every fish over 2 pounds. It really could. I mean, the lake's fishing good. So. Do I have a hollow body frog recommendation? Yeah, the 6-inch Vega frog. It's great. Richard J says, send me your Venmo. I'll make a donation. Anyway, Billy, prefer to use Venmo. If anybody here has a Helix 10 and has their auto chart working, please reach out. Yeah, I don't know anything about that auto chart deal on Helix 10, and I don't have a Venmo, but you can donate online at the One Tribe Foundation website. Just go to their website. You can make a donation straight there. If you want to put in the notes, it's from your Lake Fork guide or from whoever, from Lake Fork Bass Fishing Community, whatever you want to put on there. That'd be great. If not, I don't care. Just get the money to them, and that's all that matters. And it will be greatly appreciated, brother. Do I throw glide baits a lot? Any tips for a guy just getting into it? The best tip I can give you is probably to search Tactical Bassin' How to Fish a Glide Bait right here on YouTube. That's the video I watched when I started fishing glide baits that really helped me turn the corner. They go in depth on presentations and all kinds of stuff on there. And that video really helped me start learning how to fish a glide bait. I do not fish a glide bait much anymore. Right before I started guiding, and when I first started guiding, I did throw it a lot back then. As I've gotten more into guiding, it's become more about the customers. I've kind of gotten away from some of those big baits just because it's not the best bait, in my opinion, for guide customers most of the time. I think they can be more productive on other baits. Tactical Bass are amazing. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, they are maybe the best. Like, maybe the best. Big influence on me, for sure. Big influence on me. What else we got tonight? We got some of this. Got some of this. Cheers, y'all. All right, we've caught up to questions. I'm not seeing too many more come in. Y'all know what that means. Y'all gonna let me get out of here a little early tonight, huh? Is that what we doing? Hey, I need it. I've been waking up at 4 a.m. the last few days. I need an early night. I'm not gonna lie. It will not hurt my feelings. I go one more guiding day, and then I get one day off the water, do some work at the house, and then I go right back to guide. Oh, here's some questions coming in. Rocky Shoe had some custom American jigs made for donating to the auction. How do I go about getting those to you? Oops. Just email us, brother. Email us from the website, and we can get you set up to ship those into us, or however you want to do it. You ever find fishing deep, they want a smaller bait, such as swing shaker with a 6.2 shaky head worm? Not in the summer. Not in the summer. Big baits rule the roost in the summer for me. What about suspending fish? Not my favorite. This time of year, there's not a lot of them. Right now, they're mostly near the bottom or on the bottom. Like, sometimes they're real tight to the bottom where you almost can't see them with your electronics. So we're not dealing with that right now. Later in the summer, when I'm forced to deal with suspending fish, I will. Flutter spoon, Alabama rigs, swim baits on jig heads. If they're suspending high enough, a jerk bait. Just baits that I can keep in their face, essentially. You know, baits that are easier to keep in their face is essentially my answer to that. Is my jig a 3/4 ounce? It sure is, Gary Payne. Do I throw a spinning rod? Hell no, I don't throw no spinning rod. I mean, I know, you're supposed to be good at spinning. I don't throw spinning rods ever. Higginbotham, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. Do I drop shot? No, I don't ever drop. Or somebody said drop shot question mark. I'm not the guy to ask about drop shot. Cody will be here tomorrow night doing the live seminar with me. I bet you he'll talk to you about a drop shot. He's good with it. Do you run stinger hooks on flutter spoons? I've heard it messes with the action. I don't personally. I throw the original Joe Spades flutter spoon and throw his hook on. How heavy is the shaky head you're using? Around 3/4 ounce, 5/8, 3/4 ounce, something like that. Sometimes I even use a 1/2 ounce though. 1/2 ounce works good. What part of the lake is most productive right now? Man, I'm telling you, the whole lake is fishing good. Like, I'm literally running any end of the lake I want to right now. It doesn't matter. All right, folks, caught up on questions once again. I believe that we're going to go ahead and slide on out of here, man. Thank you guys so much as always. Let's bring old Whiskey Myers back in. You know what I'm saying? What situation, how would you use the clout worm? Just like a Cinco, dog. Just like a Cinco. Yeah. Cheers, boys. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, guys. Yeah. There we go. There's the musical break that we needed to get this thing wrapped up. Thank you guys once again for watching as always. I really do appreciate the support I've gotten this week. It's been unfreaking believable, man. I love each and every one of you guys, and I will never stop doing what I do, and that is working as hard as I can to help you guys catch more and bigger fish and love my fellow man. Thank you guys so very much. We'll see you next time right here at your Lake Fork Guide.